I'm Bishop Doug Desshotels, the Bishop of the Diocese of Lafayette. Thank you all for being here this afternoon. I want to thank all of the media also for their faithfully reprinting the statement which the Diocese of Lafayette issued over the weekend. The Diocese of Lafayette was informed last week of a serious allegation of abuse of a minor. The alleged incident occurred several years ago, and the alleged victim is now an adult. The diocese and the alleged victim have reported the allegation to local law enforcement authorities, and the Diocese of Lafayette is assisting and cooperating fully with the civil investigation. The allegations were made against Father Michael Guidry, who is pastor of St. Peter's Church in Morrow and Resurrection Chapel in Whiteville. The matter is a serious one and is considered very serious. And so in accordance with the policy of the Diocese of Lafayette and also with the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops Charter for the Protection of Youth and Young Adults, Father Guidry has been placed on administrative leave, pending the outcome of the civil and diocesan investigations. Out of respect and in the interest of the privacy of the alleged victim, the diocese can provide no further details of the case while it is under investigation. During the interim, I have appointed Father Tom Voorhees, who is the Dean of the Northern Deanery of the diocese and is pastor of Sacred Heart Church in Ville Platte, as the administrator of St. Peter Church and Resurrection Chapel. As a diocese, we provide crisis counseling for anyone suffering from abuse. The diocese further encourages anyone with knowledge or cause to believe that abuse has occurred to contact law enforcement authorities. We extend prayers for peace and healing to all parties concerned. I have a copy of the statement if anyone wants to take one home with you for your own purposes. And at this time, I'm glad to entertain any questions that anyone might have for me.
Do you know what age the victim was when the abuse began?
We do not know.
Was the abuse sexual in nature?
Yes. That's right. That's why it's a serious matter, and because he was a minor at the time. He's now an adult.
Father Guidry is on administrative leave, so what happens next in cases like this? Is he still going to be housed or getting paid?
He remains a priest, and he will, until the investigation is completed, remain on administrative leave. Yes, so he still, receives his whatever he needs to live on.
What law enforcement agency is conducting
the Sheriff's Department of St. Landry Parish.
So there's a criminal as well as a civil investigation?
Well, by civil, I mean civil authorities, not a civil lawsuit or any of those things, but a criminal investigation.
Oh, okay.
The time that his tenure as
they're combined. The chapel is a mission of the Chapel of the Resurrection is a mission of St. Peter's Church in Morrow. So he takes care of both churches.
Did the alleged abuse occur on church property?
I'm not sure of those details yet.
Okay.
Have y'all had any prior reports of abuse by this priest?
We checked in his entire career, no, we never have had any complaints before.
Has he served elsewhere in the diocese prior to his current appointment?
Oh, yes. He's been a priest for almost 50 years now, so he's been in several parishes.
Bishop, in 2004, Bishop Gerald told us that the Diocese of Lafayette and its insurers had paid out $26 million to 123 victims of priests in the Diocese of Lafayette between 1950 and 2002, but he refused to release the list of the priests We don't know if they're still priests, if they've been transferred out, if they're deceased or whatnot. Is that something you would entertain, is releasing the names of all the priests who have?
There's no, yeah, well, I don't have that, I don't know that information, but I do know that no priest who has been credibly accused is practicing as a priest in the Diocese of Lafayette,
Is there,
or moved to practice anywhere else.
can you obtain that list and release it to the public so they'll have some assurance that these people are not still in the community?
I don't know. I'd have to find out who's dead, who's on the list, who's not a priest anymore.
Would you do that?
If I knew if someone who had been credibly accused should not be serving, will not be serving as a priest in the diocese.
In the past,
Uh-huh.
you know that, $26 million has been paid out to
Mhm.
priests. What we don't know is to whom. And people that, maybe they retired in the community and they're volunteering or something. And,
Well, what's paid out is to victims usually of abuse, and many times the victims want to remain anonymous and don't want that
We're not
known.
asking for the victims' names, we want the priests' names.
Oh, okay. I don't know of any who are still living or functioning that was a perpetrator of abuse. I can research it, though, and try to find out. But I know we don't have anyone today because of the new rules and the strict guidelines of the Charter for the Protection of Young People and Young Adults.
Would you consider researching it?
If I knew it, yes. Sure.
Since you released the name of Father Gidry, and in the past, in 2014, the 15 priests were named, does this show that this is a change in the diocese, that you're naming the alleged?
Well, I've only been here 2 years, so I don't know the whole history of the past. I do know that we're committed to following the Charter for the Protection of Young People and Young Adults in the Diocese of Lafayette. And will commit myself to that always. Yeah.
Do you know what year the alleged abuse began?
I don't know the exact year, only that we were told several years ago.
Was it while he was at the church he's at now?
Yes, while he was serving in that parish, which is in St. Landery Parish. That's why the St. Landery Sheriff's Department is in charge of the investigations now.
Did it occur over a period of time, or is it a single alleged incident?
We know, to date, we know of only one incident. Again, the investigation is continuing, so.
How do you guys move forward from something like this?
Well, first we let the civil authorities determine through their investigation exactly what happened and if it was criminal or not. If it was not, then Father can be restored and his good name restored also. If it is, then there are, of course, the civil penalties that have to be applied, and then there are also severe church canonical penalties that are applied also.
Are there any other priests in the diocese at this point who are on leave?
Nope.
Pending an investigation?
Nope. I make it my policy to be very transparent and open to the media. That's why I invited all of you to be here for this news conference today.
And you did mention there will be counselors for other people. How important is it for you guys to have that?
Could you repeat your question,
I'm sorry,
please?
You mentioned that there will be counselors for other people within the diocese. How important is it for you guys to have that here?
Well, it's important for us to offer counseling to anyone who has been abused by a priest or by a church employee. And we see that as part of our mission because the primary concern is the health of the alleged victim. Yep. And we offer the counseling for that.
I'm sorry. How big is this congregation?
It's very small. I was there this weekend. I would estimate at St. Peter's probably 75 to 100 families, perhaps. And at Resurrection Chapel, maybe 50 families. That's an estimate. I don't have the figure right off. I was there this weekend, and it looked like about that many.
Was the diocese notified by the sheriff's office or by the victim themselves or another?
No, by the victim's family and the pastor to whom they go to right now. We encourage anyone to notify us or the civil authorities whenever they have knowledge of or have reason to believe that abuse has occurred.
So you said the victim's family, but the victim's an adult.
The victim is an adult.
Did that victim report this, or?
To the sheriff's department.
And he or, did y'all say if it's a male or female?
We didn't say it's a male.
It's a male. So he no longer goes to that parish, church parish?
I don't know if it's,
Well, you said the pastor they go to now.
Well, the pastor that his parents go to in Ville Platte, Louisiana. Again, I want to emphasize our commitment as a diocese to safe environment and our safe environment program, that this is all part of the protocols that we follow whenever there is any kind of danger or threat of danger. All of the priests in the diocese are renewed every year on safe environment training. They must do background checks. They receive updated protocols for safety for children, what to look for, and also to dedicate themselves to a safe environment for all children and young adults. All of our teachers in the schools, all of our religious education teachers, all undergo the same kind of training and preparation.
As part of the church investigation and review as a result of this, do you review any policies that may need to change in order to protect?
First, we have to see if the current policies were violated. And if they were not violated, then to look at what needs to be tweaked so that it can cover a situation like this. But, the policies cover everything. Yeah.
So, I'm sorry, I'm a little confused about something. The alleged abuse occurred at St. Peter's,
Yes.
but the parents now live in Ville Platte?
I don't know if they live in Ville Platte. They go to church in Ville
They go
Platte.
to church in Ville Platte.
Yeah. Okay.
One more.
Sure.
Was the alleged abuse at St. Peter's Church or at the Resurrection Chapel?
It was, I think, I'm not sure yet, at St. Peter's Church. We'll know more after the Sheriff's Department completes its investigation.
How old is Father Guidry right now?
75 years old.
You said you didn't have an exact year, I think, but
No.
it just says several years ago. I mean,
Several years ago.
can you say if it's more or less than 10 years ago?
Can I say it's what?
Can you say if it's more or less than 10 years ago? Can you give a better...
I can say it's probably less than 10 years ago. Yeah. Any other questions I can help you with? Again, here's a copy of the statement that I made. You're certainly free to take one with you if you would like.
Did you personally meet with the victim?
The victim's family met with us. I did not personally meet with him. I extended an invitation whenever the person is ready to do so. We feel that it should be their call when they would like to come and visit, and they know that they are welcomed. The parents came to visit and with us,
And you met the parents?
I did not personally meet the parents. Our Vicar General, Monsignor Millette, did.
And the victim is from St. Landery Parish?
Well, I don't know that. The incident occurred in St. Landry Parish.
Have you met with the priest, Father Guidry?
I've, again, extended an invitation to him to meet with him. He is now being advised by counsel to make sure that his rights and so forth are protected, like anybody else who is, under investigation.
Does
Yeah.
the church provide the attorney for him?
It does not provide an attorney. It assists him with finding legal counsel and also with finding canonical counsel. That is, someone who knows church law to be able to advise him of procedures and rights that he has.
Does the church pay for it?
Church law requires that we help them to determine whether something is actually a crime or not. Okay. Appreciate all of your coming and also your questions. Thank you very much. If we know more and when we know more, I'd be happy to release that information also. Still very preliminary.